Are you having a tough time dealing with online dating rejection? Well, tune in today for a discussion on what rejection is real, what really isn't real, and what you can do to keep it from knocking you down. Thanks for tuning back into Second Act TV. Sandy stayed with us for another segment on learning how to navigate this online digital dating world. So, Sandy, thank you for joining us again.
Happy to be here.
So on the last segment we talked about the whole concept of ghosting and that there's going to be a lot of rejection that we're going to encounter when we venture online. So let's talk about that. When is rejection real and when isn't it in this digital world?
So, rejection is not real if a person doesn't know you. And I remember when I first started dating online, and if a person didn't answer my email, I was devastated. Well, I also would spend way too long writing a heartfelt email. And it's just like, please, you're definitely the one. And so a person is
Oh,
not
that's
a
sad.
profile. So that's a very common mistake when you first start dating online. You really put so much into a profile, and you imagine who this person is, and you don't know them. Anybody can post a profile. In fact, a lot of them are not even real. So, just remember that a profile is not a person, and you need to really get to know somebody well to get to the place of I'm rejected by that person. So if he doesn't answer your email, or he or she, and if a person doesn't call you back for a second date, it's not really rejection. It's just that you weren't the right fit. And real rejection happens when you've been in a relationship, you've tried to make it work, and it's not working. And so now you're rejecting the other person, but not because they're bad or awful people. I mean, usually, sometimes they are, right? But generally speaking, it's just not a good match. And so that's something so important to remember. So how do you handle rejection after a long relationship, or the feeling of rejection? So some of the first steps are, if you are connected in social media, to disconnect, unfriend, unfollow. Definitely don't stalk their profiles anywhere they have. I mean, women tend to do a lot of stalking, and you don't even realize that you're making up stuff. I mean, I had a woman at my retreat who had gone on Facebook one of the days of the retreat and seen a picture of her old boyfriend with the new woman that he's with, and I think they got engaged. And she was like a puddle. She was a mess. And now she's dating like four men. She's she's in a great place. But at that time, because she was still looking at his social media, it brings back all those chemicals in your body and it wakes them up. So that's bad.
That's a good point. Also, it seems so immature at our age to, I'm going to friend or unfriend you or block you or do this or that. But it's part of our world. So don't feel childish about it. You need to unfriend. It's not immature. It's for your own good. Wouldn't you agree? Well, of course you agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, and even in like when you're dating online and somebody harasses you, you have the delete button, you have the block button, you have the report button. These are all ways to empower yourself. It's actually a way to be a mature adult, is to just say, I don't need to lock myself into a reactive conversation with somebody who's treating me poorly. But we're getting off on a tangent. So the social media out. Get off social media. Get rid of photos, any mementos. It's you've got to get rid of anything that's going to bring up those memories in your life. Another thing that's really helpful is to write a letter to him, and don't send it. And this is one of my favorite tools. It's write a letter thanking him for all the things that he's done for you. So maybe he woke you up to some red flags that you'll look for next time. Thank you so much for helping me remember that I can't date somebody who's going to treat me like this ever again. Um, but maybe there were some other gifts that weren't based on the negative, and you can be grateful for those things and actually look for them in your next partner without the things that didn't work. So writing that letter can help you get a lot of clarity about what was good and also what didn't work, so that you take back your power and don't feel like you're the victim, but you're the victor here.
I like that. Take rejection or see rejection as a gift. I mean, it's a little counterintuitive, but that could work.
Yeah, I mean, I think everything can be seen as a gift.
Yes.
And in some way, it's all about your mindset. So dating, your mindset is so important. How you see everything. So, what's another way to overcome rejection? Go to your friends. That's a really important thing. Is to surround yourself with people who love you, and do fun things, do pampering things. This is a time where you go to a spa, where you get a massage, you do your nails, you get your hair done, get a new outfit. Whatever it is that makes you feel loved and embraced, and be sure to receive the love that people give you. So take a vacation. Do all the things that you couldn't do when you were part of a couple. There's a lot of gifts in being single. So these are all ways to just kind of reclaim your self-worth, so that when you get out and date again, and don't wait too long, because a lot of people do that. They just wait forever because they're so afraid to get back out there.
Well, you bring up another good point, which is, to get back out there, that, there's others that say, oh, after a long break or after a long relationship, take some time off. The fact is we're older, we don't have all that much time left. So it's even more important, really, to understand, to your point, doing it gracefully, and then learning, to trust again, because that's the sad part, is that we bring so much baggage into, or so much history, maybe baggage is kind of a negative term, so much history to a new relationship, that the trust has been broken. How do we rebuild that? And that's kind of what I want to talk to you about in our next segment. Is dealing with rejection is one thing, but then earnestly learning how to trust again is another. So I know you have some great advice to that. So we'll hold you over one more time. Come back for a segment on restoring faith in love. Hope you enjoyed today's segment with Sandy. If you missed the last one, it's posted right over here. You can also get in touch with Sandy directly by clicking the link in the video description below. And be sure to subscribe to our channel. Button's right here. Thanks.